Hello and welcome to another build and drive video from the RyaStream. Today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite trucks, my favorite truck mods of all time, the Peterbilt 389 from Jon Ruda. So we're going to take a look at this, guys. There are quite a few options to it. It doesn't have as many options as some of the other 389s out there, but it's definitely, in my opinion, one of the most well done models of this truck out there, and I will show you why. So let's dive into this truck and do a little build and drive. So let's check out the cabin options. You only got one cabin option, the 72-inch high roof, which is what most people would probably pick for this thing anyways. We're going to check out the chassis. There's 4 different chassis. 2 of them are lowered. So you have the regular chassis, you have the long frame as well. So that just extends the frame out there. You also have the lowered frames, which is the regular length frame, and then a 6x4 long frame as well. So those are your options. Just for this video, we're going to go with the lowered stretch frame. I think this is probably the best looking of all 4 of them. So that's what we're going to go with on this one. And as far as engines go, it pretty much comes with all the engines that the W900 did in our previous video. This is the one we're going to select for this video, the Cummins N14 610. That is definitely my favorite out of all these engines, but you guys can, you know, if you buy this truck or get this truck, you could go through them all. There's the Cummins, the PACCAR, the Cats, the 3406 is definitely a favorite of a lot of people. The M11, which is fantastic, and the N14. There's a couple Detroits in here as well. That's pretty much it. So yeah, you got a lot of engine options. The ISX 15s. I haven't tried a lot of these, but I always go with that N14. I think that always sounds pretty good. So we're gonna go into the transmissions. There's only 2 real transmission options for this. There's a 13 and an 18. So I always go with the 18, so not a huge deal. There's no 10-speed on this, so you know, you got, if you're driving a manual, just keep in mind those are your options there. So we're gonna look at the interior as well. You have 4 different designs. You have the Premium Ultra Ride Brown, the Ultra Ride Gray, the Standard Brown, and the Standard Gray as well. So that kind of just changes up the seats there, basically. So you guys can see the differences there. We're going to go with the standard, or the Premium Ultra Ride Gray. So that's pretty much the, let me see if there's any differences back there in the cab. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, so we're just going to pick those nice seats, get those nice cushy seats. All right, and as far as skins go, there is the original red. There is a template included here. Very, very nice of Jon Ruda to include this template. Tells you what sides and what part is what on the truck. Very, very cool. But if you're not going to make your own skin, you know, there's plenty of other ones to choose from. There's metallic ones. There are a ton of them. And there are some really good designs in here as well. The first time I used this truck, I used the, I got it around Christmas time, and I used it for a Christmas stream that I did. You guys did see that there. That was the skin I used. Very nice, very well done skins here. I'll just go through them very, very quickly. The only thing is you really can't change the colors on them like his W900, at least in this particular version of the truck. So, and of course, there are a few artistic skins as well. This one's really cool, the American Outlaw one. I really like that. But we're just going to go through here and check these out. Guns N' Roses, all kind of different ones here. So very, very cool. But I think for this video, we're just going to go with maybe like a blue. I don't usually, you know, do blue, but we could try a blue metallic skin here. That looks pretty good. We'll do like a nice, well, that's a little too bright. Have to set that a little darker there. There we go. That looks nice. All right, so we'll do that for the color for this video, but we're going to go through the nodes now. So here's the thing with these. There are a lot of options, but a lot of them are kind of like preset. Like you know, on other truck mods, there are a lot of nodes. You don't really have to fill in your own lights. This comes like kind of preset with everything. So we'll just take a look at this. This is the spoiler here. You could take that off. I like to leave that off. I like the lowest top possible. There is no like flat top for this, but you can make this, you know, either a high top spoiler there, which is just kind of empty back there, or just the regular. Also, you have your horns. You got your circular and your square. We'll take the rectangular horns there. You have your interior lights and 2 stages of lighting. We'll just take the regular interior light. That just kind of lights up the cab in the dark and in dark areas of the game. You have your top lights, which is nice. You got your circular and your square there. We're going to go with circular on that one. Okay, those are both. Okay, so we got all those. So they have some really nice. They just added in the newest version of this, version 2.0, I believe. I think 2.0 is the newest version of this. But they added all kind of new visors, which is awesome. So there you go. You got all kind of customization options for these visors. I actually like the bow tie on the Peterbilts, but these ones are really cool too. I think for the purposes of this truck build, we'll do a nice little bow tie there. So that gives you a lot of visibility out the front there, especially when you're sitting on the floor. All right, so let's check out the mirrors here. They do have antennas for the mirrors. You could put an antenna on each one. And they also have attachable antennas to the mounts as well. So if you want to put these on, you could do that. You don't need 4 antennas, obviously, so we're going to take those off. I'm just going to put 1 antenna on the passenger side mirror there. And they also have different mirror styles, which is nice. And of course, we're going to go with the old school mirror style, but there's 3 different ones there. There's the paint, the old school, and the chrome. So we'll go with the old school there, of course. That looks best, I think, on any truck. We're going to go with the paint on the intakes there. So we'll go with the air filters, and I think the paint looks fantastic on that. And but you can go with chrome if you want to. There's also lights on the front of those. We'll turn those on. They got the clear, the LEDs, just the yellow or amber LEDs. Then they got less. You could put less lights on there if you don't want too many lights. And also, I believe those are supposed to be non-LED, although they kind of look LED. I'm not really sure. It's hard to see when you can't zoom in. But yeah, we're going to go with the clear LED, clear glass. Okay, so we'll go to this node here. Well, actually, no, we're not going to go to that node. Let me just check these out real quick. Oh, here's another cool feature. You can actually put a different driver in this Peterbilt. So this guy, he's kind of sitting on the floor. He looks like more of an outlaw trucker there. It's if you want to change up the model of the character, not use the stock one, you could do that, or you could take him out and use the stock one. We'll use him because I always do that in my Peterbilt builds for this particular model. All right, so let's go up to the grill. You could use a chrome or blue grill outline there, and also you could take those little bars out of the grill as well. So that's what we'll do. Actually, we'll go with the chrome and no bars there. I think that looks pretty cool. All right, and then your headlights. They have all kind of headlights here. These were updated in the newest version. You have your pretty standard 389 headlights options there. You also have paint options now. These are really cool with different, basically just different levels of darkness on the lens there. You have your old school 379 style lights. This is one of my favorites, the chrome back with the newer style, the custom lights. Then you got your LED squares, round as well. A couple different styles of round lights. And then this one right here, this is the one we're going to go with. This is the one I always end up going with. These are definitely awesome looking. The custom 389 headlights that look very, very dark. They have the line there. You guys can see that little accent light around the upper edge that goes around to the left. That looks fantastic. So we're going to use those. you know, you can pick your chrome little, I guess they're like fender accents. I'm not really sure what you'd call those. I don't know if they're like grill guards or I don't know what they are. And then you can pick we'll just go with blue on actually, let's go with chrome on those because everything else in the front is chrome. And then just like the W9 guys, you got a whole bunch of license plates to pick from. We'll just go with Florida on this one. And there are 3 different bumpers as well. So you could pick, you know, your stock bumper, a big square one, or this kind of custom one, which looks really, really cool. I like this one a lot. I end up going with this one a lot. And of course, that changed our plate, so we got to go back and pick Florida again. But yes, I think that one looks fantastic. And then this one here, we got the LED clear glass, LED lamps, or the regular style lamps. We'll go with the LED clear glass, of course. It has more premium look to it. And you can also pick, you know, your fender lights as well, which you can put on. You don't have to because you got full turn signals and lights in here. But if you want a little extra, put those fender lights on. We'll put those on just for fun. Your flags, of course, for your oversized. Even though it does not have an oversized banner, which is a little strange. But yes, you can put those, what was it? The oversized flags on at least. And then you could go back here and check this little, what is that? A little mud guard there. Put a logo on it. Put a weight on it. We'll put a logo and a weight on it, but you could choose whatever you want for that. And yeah, I think that looks really, really good for the front end. Your wheel options now, you also have just like the W900, the Ruda W900, you have the wide front tires or the regular style chrome Alcoas for the Peterbilts. We're going to use the regular one since we do have a lowered truck. You can see that lowers it even more. So I don't know if that would cause issues with collision on the ground because it is really low with those wide tires. It probably won't. I don't think it will, but we're just going to go with the regular original ones that they have on there. And there's also we also have the Kenworth in the pack as well, but there's a couple other options as well. But we're just going to go with these. Those are the ones that were on there. As far as your lug nut covers, you know, you have these ones here. There's kind of 2 options for those. The other options that come with the game do not fit these trucks, so you do have to use the Jon Ruda ones if you're going to use the Jon Ruda rims. So those look pretty good. And also the side, like kind of side lights here, you could put painted, you could put no lights, and chrome, chrome and lights, all kind of options. So you got chrome, paint, chrome plus LED, chrome low, paint plus LED, paint low. And I honestly think the paint low with the LED lights looks fantastic. You can also change the color of the lenses on the lights on the side. So we're going to go with clear as well. So I think that looks really good. Of course, full paint steps or chrome steps. I like the chrome steps. We're also going to check this out here. So you could have a full paint for your tanks as well. I think that looks really good, actually. I mean, all these options look pretty good. We'll go with the blue. We'll just have a little bit of chrome on the steps there. And then let's see. Let's go back here. Actually, let's make these blue too, because that matches a little bit better. All right, and as far as the stacks go, you have 3 different stacks to choose from. The standard, which is new. He didn't originally have the standard, I guess, in this mod. Then you have these straight pipes options as well. So those are the 2 options. We're going to go with those right there. And you also have some nice little accents on the rear window as well. You could pick blue or chrome or take those out completely. We're going to definitely use the paint for that. We'll also use the paint on these windows here. You could use the chrome or the paint sun visors as well on the windows. We'll do that too, just for fun. That looks really good. All right, so that's kind of the front of the truck, all customized up to our liking. Let me just see here. Wait, I almost forgot the hub cover there. I want to put that on, clean that up a little bit. So that looks good. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything up here. I don't think I did. Oh yes, the bug deflector. Definitely want to show you guys that. I don't use the bug deflectors, but they are an option if you do. All right, so let's go to the tank. I don't really know what this thing's called. This is like a tank filler panel. He has this on his W9 as well, but it does have lights on the W9 one. This does not have lights. You only got one option. You either put it on or take it off. We're going to put that on. I think that does look very, very good. They do have an APU, which is really cool. So this is a nice little option if if you're using if it's not a show truck and you want an APU on there, put that on. We're going to take that off though. And we're also going to look at the LEDs under the bottom. You have, you could turn these on with the beacon. So when it says beacon light or parking light, I believe the parking light ones will just come on with your lights. The beacon light will come on when you use the beacon. Now, there are no beacons on this truck, so there's no real option to put beacons on. So we're just going to hook this up to the beacon light. So that way we could that's the only thing that will be controlled by the beacon light. We'll use a blue underglow with that. So that's what we'll do. That's the APU. All right. So on this frame, we can either use the standard airlines or we can use the connectors on the back of the frame. There's also another option, which I'll show you, but this is really cool if you have a trailer mod, like a modded trailer that can use these outlets back here. If say you have your hookups on the trailer underneath the trailer, that kind of cleans up the whole back here. That way there's no lines going from the back of your cab here to the trailer. This is just kind of hidden. It's not really hidden, but it's underneath, so it looks much cleaner than it usually does. But I don't have any mods installed like that right now, so we're gonna use these ones right here, the long paint connectors here. So this is just kind of like cleans it up whenever you don't have a trailer on. You won't have to look at these cables, but you can do whatever you want. They have the stock one with the metal on the frame there, or you could use the paint to give it a much cleaner look. This is definitely the one we're going to use for this video. So that's how you do that. You could also use a standard frame if you'd like. That is up to you, but we're going to use the paint. And another few options on here. They do have some chrome fenders for the drives as well. But I don't like to use these personally. I like to go with, if you select this chrome on the back on this node here, the rear bumper, then you get all kind of other options. So you could pick these as well. So if you don't want, if you want to give this more of a show truck look, you could use that, or pick the standard, work truck look. That is up to you. But we're going to go with the show trucks here. That's what I like. So this is beautiful right here. Also, this little rear edge, you could put a little cap on that, clean that up a little bit. I think that looks great. You got chrome, black chrome paint, or just take it off. Actually, I think black is a standard. Yeah. And then we're going to use the paint there. So this makes the whole rear end look very, very nice. Of course, the Jon Ruda signature right there, the beautiful fifth wheel with the grease on it. I don't know why I'm obsessed with those that fifth wheel grease on that, but no other trucks I've really found have that fifth wheel, at least that I've used. So it looks awesome. Looks very, very realistic. So I'm trying to think if I forgot anything back here. So that's kind of how this looks. And I think this looks amazing. So there's not a million options on this truck, but the options that are there, this truck it by far the best model I've used. That of course is my opinion, but it just looks super well done. Very, very detailed. So there are kind of all your options for the exterior. Let's take a look at the interior options next. So yeah, there are some dash options here. You could take out if you don't want say you want a GPS up here, you could put the GPS up here and use this as like a little multimedia, but normally the GPS is down there. So we'll just, we'll get rid of the window, suction cup GPS. Here are your dash options. You have the wood paneling, the wood designs, all four of those. And then you also have like a black style wood paint, which is really, really cool, or carbon fiber. We're going to go with the paint on this one. I think that looks amazing in blue. So we're going to go with that. Your wheel options, you basically only have one wheel on the 389, unfortunately. but it is compatible with the DLC wheels, so we could use those. Just for this video, I'll show you guys the regular wheel. We'll put a little knob on there as well. And let me just make sure I'm not missing anything inside the cab. Oh, there are 3 shifters as well. There is a standard shifter, a custom shifter, and a really long custom shifter. We're gonna go with the custom shifter. I'm not like a huge fan of holding my hand up, so we're gonna keep it right there at a comfortable height. And we're gonna okay, I think that's, oh no, there's the floor options. So you have this beautiful wood floor. We're definitely gonna use that. There's also 2 carpet options as well, but we're gonna go with this wood floor for sure. Love it. All right, so that gives it more of a premium look. Look at all the blue accents as well. I'm not really sure. Let me just see something here. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Oh yeah. So all the accents in the truck change there. I'm stuck in this view unless I go back out and back in again, but oh, that is really cool. So I'm going to pick the paint. Yeah, and that turns pretty much all those accents in the back and the front blue. That is awesome. I didn't notice that before. There's also CBs, 2 different CBs with a few different ways to hang the mic. So there's all that. We're going to use this Cobra 29 LX because I think that looks cool with the retractable hanger. Looks awesome. And I think other than the GPS there, oops, oh dang it, I just took off my antenna. Put that back on. I think that's pretty much it for the interior there. I don't know if it has a side mirror. Yes, it does, but we can't see it, so we're gonna take that off. All right, looks fantastic. We're gonna go and take this thing for a little test drive, guys. I will be right back. Okay, so we just bought the truck. We just pulled it out of the garage. Let's start this thing up. There's that Cummins N14 that does come with the truck. We're going to turn these lights on as well, and the lights look absolutely fantastic on this thing. We're going to pop those 4-ways on. You guys can see the lights that we added there all work there. Oh, just the detail is absolutely amazing on this thing. One thing I noticed about this Peterbilt is you do get a different type of kind of like a field of view as far as, you know, your exterior camera here. It does look a bit different. I guess that comes with the mod, because I noticed it only happens when I have this mod active. But yeah, you can get real close to your truck, get like kind of like an angle that's like under your truck here, which can make for some really, really good screenshots. But yeah, it just looks a little different, but in my opinion, it does look better. But yeah, you can get real close to your truck there, which you normally cannot do with your camera angles. So let's take this thing for a little test drive, guys. We're gonna pop those flashes off. Let's turn on that underglow, which we did assign to our beacon switch. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to fix that. We'll put that on in a second here, but let's take a little test drive here and get this thing moving. Okay, we're gonna get moving. I just fixed the underglow issue. Whenever I changed out the chassis, it got rid of that underglow, but we got it on now, so I just had to put that on real quick. So let's take this thing for a little spin. We're gonna push in that parking brake, and there's the animated. It does have animated switches. Beautiful switches, custom switches. And let's get this thing out of here. Oh my goodness. Let's pop that left turn signal on. We'll take this thing for a little test drive, and the interior of this thing is just as beautiful as the exterior. You guys can see we do have that wood flooring on. It's probably just one. We do have the light on. You guys remember we did turn the interior light on when we selected our options. So let's get this thing moving. We're just gonna take it around, bobtailing just a bit. Then we'll take a load out. Now we'll go find a load somewhere, but we do have that lowered frame, that lowered the lowered chassis option there. Looks absolutely beautiful. Look at that. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite mods. This is from Jon Ruda. It is a paid mod. Very, very much worth it. Very detailed, very crisp looking truck. I can't find any flaws with this thing. Okay, I'm going. Got Ford Fiestas beeping at us. All right, let's get this through the gears here. We do have that 18-speed transmission in with that Cummins N14. We're just going to come down here to the fuel island. We're going to pull into the fuel island. But it drives fantastic. No issues with the driving. It feels great. Pop that left turn signal on. Bring her down to 4 low. Pretty sure I just went in the wrong way, but it is what it is. Here's a little exterior view. You guys can see that beautifully detailed fifth wheel as well. There's the back. There's the front. There's a nice view of the front of that driving. We'll just pull around the side here because the arrows are facing the other way for the fuel island there. Beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna go get us a load and we'll see what this thing looks like with a trailer on. Okay, so we found ourselves a load here. We got a steel triples load, so let's pop those 4-ways on. And like I said, this is definitely one of my favorite truck mods. I use it quite a bit on the streams as well. Not necessarily in this configuration. Usually I don't run the blue, but you know, for this video, I definitely want to show you guys a lot of the different options. So we're just looking at it, you know, a little bit differently than we usually do. So let's go in here. I do have advanced coupling turned off. I do not use advanced coupling very often because I use all kind of different truck mods. There's our load right over there. So yeah, I don't really use that. Let's keep those 4-ways on. There's the nice because I use a lot of different truck mods, so yeah, it's easier to keep that off even though it's a little bit less realistic. So we'll back up to our load here, and like I said, I showed you before, but there's that super detailed fifth wheel. I can't get over that. Let's see, Jon Ruda mods, the only ones I've found that have that. We're gonna back it up here. All right, well, let's get straight with it. That's the thing about the advanced coupling. If that was on, that wouldn't have let me back up like that. There we go. All right, hook up to our load there. There's our triples load of steel. Very unrealistic load, but it is what it is. Do our pre-trip. Yeah, it looks fantastic, and we are out of here. Let's take this out of here. Get that 610 horsepower Cummins N14 in there. Beautiful, beautiful truck. You got to remember, we do have that extended frame on as well, so we do have to take the turns a little bit wider than usual. Have security guard Joe open that gate, and we hopefully won't hit the curb. Let's see if we hit that curb. Yeah, we will. Dang it. Let's get out of here. So we'll go driving just a few minutes down the road. You guys can kind of get the feel of this truck as well. Just a minute or two, and then I'll switch it to night so you guys can see what this truck actually does look like at night. We're gonna pop that Jake brake on as well. There's that Jake on that Cummins N14 engine. Sounds amazing.
Continue straight.
There's the interior sound of it. Yeah, even the engine sounds are just kind of premium on these trucks. So I'll fast forward through this light. All right, we got that green light. Get her out on the highway up here. Now, this obviously is a very, very heavy load. So we're going to struggle up the hills a little bit there.
Turn left.
Look at all this safe driving we're doing here. Isn't this fantastic? I can get used to this. There's the picture of the Peterbilt turning there with that triples load. And like I said, the camera's a little different on this truck, so you can kind of get under this truck here. Makes for some really nice screenshots. Pop that left turn signal on. Do some merging action. So that's kind of it for the for this build and drive. I will show you guys the truck at night. Let's kind of fast forward right while we're driving here to nighttime. There we go. We're about 2100. And there you guys can see that beautiful underglow. The lights look fantastic. He does give you kind of a light flare pack, and it definitely looks amazing. The light flares on these trucks are very, very well done. I don't know if it fixes the light flares on other vehicles, but definitely looks great. There's a nice little shot of it rolling down the road as well, all lit up there. And of course, one of the options, if you remember, is to turn on the interior lights. That gives you a nice little view of your cab there while you're rolling down the road. If you want to see all your buttons and your gauges and everything a little better. I mean, you can see your gauges, obviously. Those are always lit up, but if you just kind of like a nice bright screen there while you're driving at night, you could do that. This was not the brightest option as well. So there it is, guys. There is the Peterbilt 389 from Jon Ruda, one of my favorite mods to use on the streams and when I'm playing this game in my spare time as well. Absolutely love it. Just wanted to give you guys a little closer look at it. You guys always see kind of the finished product, so I wanted to show you guys, you know, all the options that you could go through, what it actually takes to set up one of these trucks for the stream. So I do build all my trucks right before or before the streams. I take about an hour or two to sit there and build it, you know, kind of what I'm feeling for that day. You know, I like to do things spur of the moment, so whatever I'm feeling that day is what I'll put on those trucks. So there it is, one of my favorite trucks on American Truck Simulator. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Hit that like button, share it out if you want to. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody.